Hey, what's going on, y'all? Husky Storms Media here, and today I wanted to hop into Minecraft and show y'all some of my cool Redstone inventions I made over the years. This is actually on my PlayStation 3 that I'm recording this off of. So these worlds are worlds from, when I was, 13 years old. So I'm hoping to hop in these worlds, show you some of my old Redstone inventions, and just have some fun. But without further ado, let's get right on into this video. Alright, y'all, so this is my, Minecraft world here. As you can see, there is quite a lot of redstone going on in this world. There's quite a lot of things to look at. Won't take me too long to explain them to you guys, but some of them I'll show you how I made them, what their purpose is, and some of them are just stupid things I built for fun. And some of you, if you watch my live streams on Twitch, you'll recognize some of this stuff, because I did just show them off on Twitch. But this one, for instance, is kind of like a traffic signal. So you can see the redstone clock back there, and once it gets over here to this timer, it will go off and switch from green to red. See, it goes from a red glass to a green glass in front of the light. You can see it's actually pretty simple redstone back here. I just have a redstone timer, or a redstone clock, depending on what you want to call it. Going into a comparator over here, which triggers this piston to go up and over. And then this is basically just a, kind of like a piston wheel here. And then at the very end, it pushes that black block that's right there back over. And it's all done. It's pretty simple redstone. Most of this mess of redstone trails is just from all the different timings I had to do. So it's really not that complicated machine. It just looks a lot more complicated than it is. If I really wanted to, I could go through and I could make this a lot nicer. I can make it look a lot cleaner. But I made this probably close to 5 years ago now. So I just don't feel like redoing it, if I'm being honest. I don't want to mess up my old work. Although today is when I did just add this extension here and the black blocks. So that was something I added today. And if I delete this, then once it goes back around one more time, the machine will stop working. Alright, so moving on over to a next machine. If we come over here, I made an accidental trampoline. So we're actually going to switch the time to day now, so we can see what's going on. So what you can see here is if I place a stone block in front of this observer, it launches me up and down to the air. It is very loud, but it works. And you might be able to see there is a lot going on there. So I am going to turn my game sound down real quick, and I'll show you what's going on. Alright, I turned my game sound down so you guys can hear me a little bit better. Okay, so I'll be honest, I myself don't even know what's going on here half the time. What I do know is that when I place the stone block in front of this, it sets off the observer, sends a redstone signal down here, and over here, which obviously powers the piston. It also sends one through here, disabling this torch, which also lowers the piston. But this is at a bit of a delay by 1 tick from over here. Actually, this is a delay by 2 ticks, that's a delay by 1 tick. So, what happens is it makes it move very quickly, and it moves quick enough that when you're on it, like you just saw, and I placed this block, it causes me to go flying into the air. Now, it could do that even without the, it's going up and down really quickly, but I found it works a lot more effective when it goes like that. Now, sometimes it does glitch. I would not suggest using this in survival mode because it'll probably kill you, but it works. And I thought it was really cool and I wanted to share it with you guys. But anyway, let's move on to the next build. Alright, so these builds over here, they're not all that impressive, but they're just simple builds I did a long time ago. So this one, what it does is when you flick the lever, you see how the lights are on when it's green. It'll change out the green blocks to red blocks, and it will turn the lights off. Again, super simple build. Probably made it way overcomplicated, but you can see now there are red blocks and the lights are off. And if I flip the switch again, now it is green blocks with the lights on. Same thing with this, it's just the opposite and a little bit smaller. I flip this. I'm going to stand so you can see it. That turns off and the light turns on. And this is just another simple machine. When the redstone is powered, the light is off. And when I flip the switch, the redstone's turned off, the light goes on. It's just a reverse piston, just like I showed you guys all the way over there. And again, these are just really, really simple. There's some pistons, some simple redstone, but nothing too crazy. You can see back here, it is really not all that crazy. There's only 2 repeaters, maybe 20 pieces of redstone, a redstone torch, and 4 pistons. Nothing too insane. Alright, so now moving on over here to the next build, this is what I call a useless machine. You can see it's very simple, it's just a little box. In fact, this doesn't even do anything anymore. I could delete that if I wanted to. In fact, this doesn't do anything either. All this does, you click this button, it shifts the gold over, and then it pushes it right back. The simplest machine on the planet. It serves no purpose besides I was bored and I wanted to build some redstone stuff. But yeah, you push the button, it goes over, and then it stops. That's as simple as it gets. And then you have another build right here. This is actually a cooler build I think a lot of you could use. So I'm going to go in a little bit more depth to how this one works. So this is a one-way redstone door. You can see here there's a tripwire. You can actually almost barely see it. But there's a tripwire there, and if you walk on this, the door opens and it closes, right? It's very quickly. So you have to run through, and then the whole point is you're trapped inside. If you, like, trick your friends to going through this, you're basically trapped inside once you're in here. But, you know, something that would make this better if I was able to, I tried earlier, but I'm not actually able to, if you were able to put obsidian in here and it would push the obsidian out of the way. That would be cool, because then your friend wouldn't be able to break the blocks and just get back out. But if you trick your friend to run in here, they get stuck, and then look at this, they can't get back out. There's no levers, there's no buttons, there's no way to get back out. Now, of course, if you wanted to be a kind friend, you could be on the other side of the door, and you could stand here, and it would let them back out. But it's just really simple redstone. You see it is 4 pistons, and what you do is you build the 4 pistons, you put down 2 tall block towers adjacent to it, and on the top of the 2 block tall towers, you put a redstone torch, and underneath you put a redstone dust, right? On the other side of those blocks, you put a repeater, and then redstone going in behind this block, and on the other side of this block, you have your tripwire hooks. And it's just that simple. Just you walk on it, it opens, it closes, and now you're trapped. Super simple redstone door, doesn't take up that much space, and if you really wanted to, you could add a button to make it work from the other side. In fact, it would be really simple, and I'll do it really quickly. Alright, so y'all, now if you take a look, you can see there's a button here, and if you click this button, it'll open up, and it'll let you through. And as you can see, it's a really simple process. Obviously, you guys can do a better job hiding this if you want to, but I just added redstone going from this block over here, right, underground, around to this side, up and over, and behind there to a button. So you click the button, it powers up all the redstone, opens the doors, and closes them. In fact, that button even gives you more time to get out than it does take you to get in. That's just a simple little redstone door. It takes up a little bit of space, and I'm sure you guys can figure out a way to make it smaller, but the point is, it is a cool build that you could do in your worlds and your bases, trick your friends, or even secure your vaults in your cool worlds. So yeah, y'all, let's go figure out another build to go take a look at. Alright, y'all, so this build we're coming up on here is actually a basic music maker. Now, all this is again, this is a redstone clock or a redstone timer, and then a whole bunch of different branches with different repeaters, all at different stages, going into note blocks on different sources. And if you were not aware, note blocks make different noises depending upon what they're on. Alright, so here's a perfect example. I'm going to turn this system on. Give me a second. You see, that's more of a monotone. That's a bump. And that's like a ding, like a piano. And then if we come over here and I turn on this redstone clock, now listen, I know I may not have music theory, but I think you understand the point. The point is that you can do this in your world. If you understand music theory, you understand how to make music, this is something you could definitely do in your worlds to make a music machine. And I'm sure we've all seen those really epic videos of, like, those songs being played, like, I'm sure we've all seen that video where they made that song in Minecraft. It is possible. It is legitimately possible to make those beats in Minecraft, but it does take some time, take some effort, and it takes a lot of planning. Something that I'm personally not that good at, but I think you understand the point is that these are some things you can do, and if I could do this on a world that's, well, hasn't been updated since the Oceanic update, you can definitely still do a lot of this in the modern versions. Alright, and last but not least, the last thing I want to show you guys is this. This is by far my largest redstone clock I have ever made. I don't even know how many it is. I don't even want to know how many observers that is. All I know is it is 100% a lag machine. Now, what it does is, it's just like any other redstone clock. It goes around in a circle, but once it gets to this end, it shoots off fireworks. So basically, it would kind of be like a clock, like a cuckoo clock in a way. Is that, I guess it could almost be seen as like every Minecraft hour, it goes off. And the entire time, it's setting off note blocks. So that way you can kind of tell where it is around the clock. Like if you're standing in the middle and you have surround sound headphones like I do, you can listen to the blocks go all the way around you. And it's really fun. Now granted, I'm not going to show you the entire thing, because it does take a long time to go around, but I will show you how it works at the very least. So you start up your redstone clock. You can see fireworks started. You can see the redstone going along there. Again, this is super, super basic redstone stuff, but it's still fun things you can try out and experiment with. It goes around. I'll come back over this way. And then, once it starts to get all the way over to this side, it fires off the rockets. And that's really about it. There's nothing else really to it. It's just a simple redstone contraption. Now obviously, as you can see all around me, there's a bunch of other smaller contraptions, like the original trampolines that used to work in older updates, but unfortunately don't work any longer. And things like this escape room, which is where you just use pure black concrete and no light, and it's really hard to escape out of. And other things like the trampoline we already saw. There's this piston pusher, try to say that 5 times fast. And then there's this little beat maker over here too. All these builds were really small, and I don't feel like they're really worth putting in a video. They don't really do much. I mean, I'll show you really quickly. All this does is it goes around in a circle and makes a beat. It sounds like a popcorn maker. That's really all it is. Just silly little ideas you can do in your worlds. And you can, you know, take these, do what you want with them, and have fun. So yeah, y'all, that was me showing y'all my redstone inventions. Most of these I made just from tinkering with redstone. I didn't really look for any tutorials of how to do things like this. I did some a little bit in the past, but it's been years since I've watched any of those videos, so most of this was done off the top of my head. I wanted to really quickly say, if you haven't already, you should go follow me on Twitch, because this world was viewed live on my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/hurricane_husky. And on top of that, if you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe as well if you're new, slap the notification bell, and comment down below what you thought of the video and what you want to see in future videos. I can record basically anything you guys want in single-player Minecraft on my PS3. I know it's a little outdated, but hey, it's still Minecraft, it's still fun, the game never ages. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, floofs. And if you built this entire thing out of obsidian, then when your friend goes into here, they're like, oh, look at this. I'm gonna... Okay, I gotta cut this whole part out because apparently you can't move obsidian. There's a piston pusher. Try to say that time. There's a piston pusher. Try to say that 5 times fast. And there's a little beat maker over there on that side if I don't have slime in my face. Good God, I need to retake that too.